What's happening, boys and girls? So this video is about how to start a window cleaning business in the UK from scratch, and my best advice to get you from 0 customers to a fully successful, or at least business that at least pays your wages. Okay, so anyone that knows me will know that I've started my business personally from scratch. I've obviously given you an idea of what I've earned in the past, but I started with absolutely nothing. I quit my job in the middle of lockdown, took a big risk, and it paid off really well actually. So the reason I'm saying this is for obviously UK businesses is because in like the US and other countries, there's some countries where window cleaning isn't even a thing, and obviously there's countries like the US, for example, where people, I believe in the US, people have their windows cleaned like every year rather than like 4 weekly like they do in the UK. So that's a bit of a weird setup. So I'm literally going to keep this just UK based advice. So the primary foundation of any business, doesn't matter whether it's window cleaning, it could be a shop, it could be, you know, bricklaying, it could be anything. You always need customers. So the first thing you need to do is go out and get customers, but before that obviously you need the skills to actually serve the customer. So you need to actually be able to clean a window. So you need to decide whether you're going to go the traditional route, and by the traditional route I mean the hand tools, so the squeegee, the mop, the ladder. That is the cheapest way to get started. So if you're completely new to it, you can learn how to do it, and then you can invest like maybe £200. I think I paid 50 quid for my ladder second hand. I paid about 30 quid for the tools, like the absolute bare basic tools that you need, some cloths, some squeegees, some mops, things like that, and a bucket. Bear in mind, this 4 or 5 years ago. We've had a massive inflation since then in price of things, so things may be slightly off price wise, but this is just what I paid. And then I paid money for a roof rack to put my ladder on the top. If you're lucky, you may already have a vehicle laying around with a roof rack, so that won't be an extra expense for you because they are expensive. And then obviously you'll need like roof clamps to hold the ladder on. The alternative is obviously the water-fed pole system. That's the fastest, by far most efficient. It does, I'm not going to say it does a better job, because it doesn't really to the naked eye. Technically it does, but nobody's really going to notice the difference in quality. Either way, you need to pick a method of cleaning the windows and then learn that method so that you can do it well, and then you need to go get your customers. So I'll put a link up here of the previous video I did. I haven't done a video in like a year, but the last one I did was about canvassing for window cleaning customers. So I'll put a link up there for you to watch that. That tells you all about how to canvass for customers, how to approach it, how to treat the customer, how to act when you're on their property, expectations you should and shouldn't have, you know, things like that. So yeah, pick your method, go get your customers. My third tip is to get a round management tool. So there's a couple of different pieces of software that people use. So you've got Cleaner Planner, you've got Squeegee. To be honest with you, there's a couple with some like weird names, and I don't really remember them because I've never actually used them. I started on Cleaner Planner, and it's very basic, and you have to import everything as well. So from memory, when I used Cleaner Planner, I used to have to like sync everything for things to be up to date, and it was really weird. I switched to Squeegee, which is this app here. That's what it looks like on the App Store as well, that little S logo there. I think for the basic plan it's £18 a month. Worth its weight in gold. You can just put a customer's details in, you can schedule how often you want the job done, and then it'll basically create a rota for you every day. So by the time you've got a fully fledged round where all your customers are built up and you're making the money you want, that will basically just take care of all your work for you. You'll do it on the same days every month, and it'll be good to go basically. Next tip is obviously pricing. So I will do another video separately, but basically a lot of people, and I think what bothers a lot of people is going out there, they don't know what they're doing, they don't know what to charge, and they don't really know anything about it. And it's as simple as this, right? Like if I tell you how to price a job and you've got the skills to go and canvas, then that's all you really need. But a lot of people get caught up in, oh, what's everyone charging, because that information isn't out there, right? So there's two ways you can do it. The way I do it is I charge approximately £1 per pin, approximately. It's not always the same, so if it works out to like £17 on a house, for example, and I'm looking at the house thinking, sometimes I may round it down, you know, so, and I may round it down to 15. It just, you use your judgment. £1 of pain is like the guideline, and then if you think you're a little bit underpricing, a little bit overpricing, maybe bring it up from there a little bit, you know. You've got to stay in line with inflation at the end of the day. But if you don't want to use that advice, then the only other way to do it really is to ring around a couple of companies and maybe find out like how much they're charging for a 2-bed, a 3-bed, a 4-bed in your area, and then you've got an idea of what people are charging in your area. Me personally, I don't care what anyone else is charging. I want to work for what I want to work for. I charge what I want to charge, and that's the end of that. Do you know what I mean? Like, there is no discussion. I don't care what anyone else is charging. There's guys that charge £6 for something that I charge £15 for. I still get the work. I do a good job because I'm motivated to do the job, because I'm earning enough to do it properly. If you're not going to motivate yourself financially in terms of the service you're going to offer, you're going to offer a bad service and your company's going to get a bad name. So probably my last little like bullet point tip here is probably to just add some add-on services onto your business. So for example, if you're doing window cleaning, well, you're going to be doing your window cleaning on a 4-weekly basis typically. That's what most window cleaners do, and that's how frequently most people have it done. The odd customer will ask for 8 weekly, but that's going to be your bread and butter. That's going to be what pays your wages every month, you know. You want to get your gutter work, you want to get your conservatory work, you want to get gutter cleans, you want to get gutter empties. Charge separately for both services. Don't just go and do a gutter and charge X amount per side and do an empty and a clean. Price a clean and price a gutter empty separately, because they're separate jobs, require different tools, and you can spend twice as long just by adding the extra thing on, and you need to charge according to that. But the reason I'm saying this is because when I first started doing gutters, and I hated heights, right? I really hated heights, but I really wanted to start a business, so I just started to get over it. And I was going up gutter heights, about 20 foot on average per house, and just scooping it out with a little scoop in a bucket, taking it home and throwing it somewhere. And I charged 30 quid a side for that. And then I charged 30 quid a side for actually washing them down and making them white again on the outside. But I found that was what I used. That money there was what I used to get my other equipment. So then I started getting a couple of gutter jobs, and I was like, right, I'm going to buy a backpack. I'll put one here so you know what I mean by that. And then I'm going to buy a pole, and then all of a sudden I could clean gutters from the ground, right? So brilliant, awesome. And then I was doing that again, and then it was like, right, I'm going to spend this money now on a nicer ladder, or I'm going to spend it on a new van, so I can, you know, this is where it went. So I was using my window money from my bills, my personal stuff, and then I was using my extra, my bonus, my, you know, add-on money to, you know, expand my business. Now I've got a gutter vacuum, I've got a fully built-in van system, and you know, I just do it all from the ground, and it's great, you know. But when I started, that's how I scaled up. So get them on and get them in as soon as you can, and start researching them ASAP. Thanks for watching, guys. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification so you get notified when I post, and I'll see you in the next one.